But I have the other ones available in there. But
What? So, Luke, what are you drinking today?
Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I made a bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Hojo! I learned my lessons from last time. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
Here, did you a favor, James. I just say, no later.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like some of our drawstrings, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woohoo! Yes, guys. It is Sunday. This means another episode of A Drink With Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns, because I'm done with mainstream comics, mainstream entertainment. It's boring, it sucks, and indie is where the passion is, guys. So yes, I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. So my weekend has been cool. I've been working on stuff for the campaign on Fuck My Comic right now, which is the campaign for the artist edition of Perfect 10. So Pau has done a fantastic job with the artwork, and we wanted to dedicate this book to his craft, to his talent, to his work. So this book is only available through crowdfunding. It's a collector's item, so it's hardcover, it's bigger, it's thicker. You can see the art beyond the bleed. It has like layout sketches, character designs. So check that out, guys. And if you want to back there through Fuck My Comic, use the voucher code Perfect10 and you get 10% discount. So yes, and we are still in demand on Indiegogo, where you can get these comics. So Perfect 10 4. This is cover B. This is cover A. These books are done. I'm working on issue 5 right now. So this is done. People have received them. If you haven't received them yet, they're on their way because it's basically going out. So, and thank you all so much for supporting, guys. Without you, we couldn't make these books. So much appreciated. Right, let's see who's in the chat with us today. Who's in the chat with us today is Devil's Air. What is Path of the Pale Rider? That's nothing, but Path of the Pale Rider is a fantastic comic, and we're going to showcase that today. A project I backed, that is. Oh, you backed it. All right, that's always good. That's always good because this book is excellent. I really love this concept. I tell Laurie every time that this concept is so cool. I wish I thought of it. So here we have Mike. Mike, fan of JDN, Jamin, and Doxas Comics. Welcome, Mike. Greetings, citizens. Have a fine Sunday, whether snowed in or not. In this case, not. So you have snow? You have snow where you are, Mike, in Canada. And Devil's Air says, I'm getting your stuff too, just don't know when. Also, hello, my fellow Dutch host. Oh, wait. So you are Dutch, and you have, this means you either have the books or you're going to back sometime later. That's perfectly fine. We also have the web store. You can go to jamiecomics.com and check out what we have there. We don't have everything there because some things first go through the crowdfund system, right? And later on, you will find it on the web store. General Piggy, welcome, General Piggy. Hail, my friends. Hello, General Piggy. Cool to see you in the chat today, man. That's fantastic. Look at those covers shine. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so sorry, Mike. I feel so terrible that you haven't got your books yet. It's on its way. Need to get your stuff from 1 to 4. I don't. When I combine. Oh, okay. Cool. Jens Richard. Hello, Jens. All the way from Sweden. Hello, Jens. How are you? I'm still sleeping outside at my mailbox. Don't do that. Go inside. Just check once every day. That's plenty. Right. Bought one for myself and one for my father. You mean this book that we're talking about today? Because it's time for the guests. Guys. It's a returning guest. I think this is the 3rd time she's here. So because she's a wonderful guest and she has this wonderful campaign that we can't ignore. We did some books just deserve the praise, right? So let's do this, guys. Let's bring her on. May I have a very warm welcome for Miss Laurie Calcaterra.
Hi, everybody. Woo. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you. How's the weather there? Do you have snow?
No, I'm in North Texas. It's 78 degrees.
Oh, right. Degrees. Oh. Holy shit. 78.
Yeah.
When you say that to me, it's like scorching hot because we work with Celsius, right?
Oh, no. Yeah. You're like 78. My God.
Holy shit. You're burning up.
We're in Fahrenheit, right? It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. There's a slight breeze. No snow in sight. So we're enjoying it. We're going to
Sounds
spend some
delicious.
time outside today.
Right. Yeah, but you need to be inside because you need to promote your
Yeah.
thing.
Take a break to come hang out with my friends and talk about comics. That's great. Yeah, and then I'm smoking 2 racks of ribs in the smoker right now.
Oh, okay. That takes some time.
Right. They have plenty of time. They got like 2 more hours to go, so plenty of
All right.
time.
Before we continue, I need to ask you the question: what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Crystal Light with caffeine. It's a grape
Crystal?
flavored,
What is crystal?
delicious. But there's no sugar, so
Okay.
no
Is
sugar and no carbs for me right now.
Is crystal
Kinda
some
loose.
sort of cola?
It's like a powder that you add, but it's
Oh,
sugar free. It's called Crystal Light.
oh, okay. Crystal
Yeah.
Light.
So it's just a bottle of water with some grape flavored Crystal Light.
Sure. All right.
I wish it was something alcoholic, but I can't do that yet. It's too early. It's not quite 5 o'clock yet. It's only 1 o'clock.
Oh, 5 o'clock, you can start.
Mhm.
78 Fahrenheit, says
Yes.
Devil's Ear. Devil's Ear. Guest, third time's the charm. Not that the previous 2 weren't. No, it's always cool to have Laurie with us. And Mike says, yes, a day of snow here so far with another day worth of snowfall, supposedly due between now and Tuesday morning. Okay. Wow.
Yikes.
Wow. Must be the climate change. Right.
Where are you, Mike? I'm just curious. I'm a native Michigander. So in March, the beginning of March, we were still getting snow as well, but moved to Texas in 2019. So
Right.
which is much better climate in March.
Right.
Upgrade.
So Laurie, so this is your this is a collected edition of 4 previous books, right?
Yes, this is our trade paperback, our
Mhm.
first one that we're doing, and it is a collection of the issues 1 through 4 with some bonus material, and then we remastered issue number 1. So it's the
You
first time
remastered
you
it.
can
What
see.
did you remaster?
We when we originally released issue number 1, we were brand spanking new, and we did it in black and white. Now, I mean, as a Western, you really can go either way. But I was always thinking color. And once we got through issue 1 and we did issue 2 in color, people were, this is better. So we went back and we colored issue number 1. So the entire 4 issues in the collection are in color for the first time. I also relettered issue number 1. I was a brand new letterer when we did our first, issue.
Mhm.
And I was doing the traditional, like the elliptical bubble. And I found that didn't really work for me. I found a better style for the book, starting with issue number 2, that I continued in issue 3 and issue 4. So I went back and I relettered to match the same style. So we wanted it to be cohesive. We didn't want you to come out of the story because the lettering changed or it went from black and white to color. We want you to get sucked into the story.
Yes. Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah, it's very tricky. Lettering. Bad
Mhm.
lettering can completely ruin the
Yeah.
entire book, right? So it has to really fit the correct atmosphere plus the art.
Yes. It's
Lettering's
one
art.
of those trades that it's like it's like under the radar. If you
Yeah.
do it right, people just read the story and they don't notice it. But if you
Yes.
do it wrong, then they notice it, right? And it takes you out of the story. It's super
Exactly.
important, but if you do it right, nobody knows what you're no one's paying attention. They just are sucked into the story. So
Mike says, I'm king of
the
the
north.
north. Right? Do you know what that means?
No. The
He says,
Great White North,
Great White North. Okay.
as
And
in
Jens
that sounds
Jens
like
is guessing
Canada.
now.
Greenland or Canada?
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
I happen to know that Mike's from Canada.
Gotcha. Devil's Air, chicken nuggets to you. Good morning. Or there'll be consequences. Chicken nuggets. There you go.
So did you do crowdfund campaigns for all the previous books?
I did. We crowdfunded. It's mostly art production that we're trying to collect for, and then of course the print and the merch. This trade paperback, all we're doing is the print job. It's the print job. I think a little bit of merch. Most of the merch I've already paid for out of pocket, so it's here. And then Kickstarter fees, that's kind of stuff.
Sure.
But our goal was so much less, so it was really nice. And because normally we Kickstarter for like $4,550 US, and in this one we just needed $2,000, and we funded in like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I was like, that's what that feels like to fund in a day.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it takes time. You need to gather up like content for your books, right? So once you
Yeah.
have the content, you can repurpose it for different things like trade paperbacks, right?
Yeah.
So what's your let's talk about your previous campaigns, because you started somewhere and now you're here.
Yeah.
So what kind of change, what kind of lessons did you take away from doing this period of crowdfunding?
One, it's okay to feel nervous.
Mhm.
I don't think that's ever going to go away. Anytime I like go push the button to go live, it's like, oh God, here we go. Two, everything will be just fine. As long as you continue to provide a good product, communicate with your fan base, consistently, not just when you're campaigning, but afterwards too. Let them know like where the process is at, are the books, is the art done? Or is it going to editing? Is it going to print? And then when we start fulfillment, I'm always in communication with the fan base. And that helps because people know we're transparent. We always tell you what's going on and that we always fulfill. If I were to disappear off the face of the planet, I'd probably be dead. But you know what I mean? Like, then you should be concerned that you're not getting your book if you don't hear from me. But so that's what I've learned, and that it's a process. You know what I mean? So after you push the button, this one is a 24-day campaign, so not quite 30 days, but close. Just understand that it's going to take, you'll have your most activity in the first 2 days, and then it just slows down and people find you, but you continue to just put in the work. You do podcasts, post on social media. You can pay for ads if you want. You can do a press kit, whatever you're comfortable doing. Just continue to do it throughout the campaign. And then people will cancel and it's fine. People will get to the end and their credit card doesn't go through. It happens.
Yeah, especially Kickstarter.
It's just
The
part of the
last
game.
day is crazy. Kickstarter,
The
right?
last, oh my gosh, my last campaign, we were right at another stretch goal, and like we would cross it and then fall under, and then cross it and fall under, and cross it, fall under. We went back and forth like 6 times, and I was just like, I don't even want to look at it.
No.
I was like, we either cross it or we don't, but I'm going to look at it when we get like the last 15 minutes.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's a process, and you go through it, and I think having been funded in 2 hours and 15 minutes, and this being my 5th Kickstarter, I'm a lot calmer, and this time around, I'm less anxious about the whole process. So I'm just having fun at this point.
That's great. So, but you were funded rather fast,
Rather quick on this one,
because
yeah.
you built this audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you built the audience through this current book, through the current story, right?
Yep.
So these people, they come back for the collected the collected book, right? So they have the previous issues, and many just want the collected edition, the trade
They want the
paperback.
collected edition. They also want some of the merchandise that I have on this campaign.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm doing some really cool, unique things that you can't really find in indie right now. I'm doing different things. I have a pillow plushie. Of course, Carissa Grant is a good friend of mine. She told me she was going to harass me until I did a pillow plushie of our undead zombie bear, Big James. She was like, if you don't do it this campaign, I will keep harassing you until you do one because I want one. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I did it on this campaign, but I'm bringing back my hot sauce. I'm hand making books, Dave. I don't know if you've seen any of my social media.
Hand making books.
Hand making books.
What's going on? Wait.
So this is the trade paperback in a mini form in black and white. And I am making these from scratch. I'm printing the comic. Look, it's my comic book in black and white in mini form, right?
Okay.
So I cut the paper, I bind the paper, I glue everything together. I'm cutting the chipboard. This is a hardcover.
Yeah.
right? And it's book cloth, and I designed the cover myself. I have a Cricut, so I cut it out in that heat transfer vinyl, and I put it all together myself. I just got a guillotine, one of those paper guillotines that you see, but like
Yeah.
a nice one. I got so excited when it showed up. I was posting things on Facebook
A guillotine, that's
about
so thematic, right?
right. Isn't that
It's-
funny? Because I'm
Yeah.
like, you can order anything off of Amazon these days. I just got a guillotine, and people are like, did I read that right? And I was like, you did, but it's just it's the paper guillotine,
Yeah.
right? It's not like
Right.
the head chopper.
It's a nice version.
It's a nice version for paper, but it made it like so much cleaner when you look at
Wow.
the edges compared to the ones that are like the rough edge. They're still really cool, but I
Mhm.
feel like this is just so much cleaner and takes it up a notch. So I've
Really
been doing
nice.
things and like learning as I go, but let's see here. I've made 6 so far.
What?
Here's the prototype one I did, and like someone claimed that right off the jump. I didn't even get a chance to put it on the Kickstarter. Someone's like, the
Wow.
black one belongs to me. So then I did a white one, and then I did the red one, and I was like, I can paint the edges. And
Yeah.
then the thread that I bind it with, I matched to the skull as well. So I don't know if you can see the lines that run down the center.
Mhm.
They're red. So skull is red, edges are red, and the interior binding is red. It says, no, there is no death, only
That's
decay.
fantastic.
So
That's so creative.
yeah,
Really
they're
cool.
just different, right? And I love
Yes.
these. I'm having so much fun. All I want to do is just make books. I was like, someone want to finish running my campaign so I can just make books. Thanks.
Yeah. Wow. So
So
that's fantastic. Let me see. Dark Size Comics is in the chat. Welcome, Dark Size Comics.
hi.
Welcome. Guys, sign up to Dark Side is Comics YouTube channel for daily comic book reviews.
Cool.
Jens says, can we see some examples
Yes.
of the remaster?
On the campaign, if you go to the campaign, you want me to put it up? I have it up.
No, we will check that out. We will check it out.
Okay. They're on the
I'm working to
campaign
it. I'm
page,
working to it.
guys. If you go to the link, I have GIFs
Uh,
so you can see the interior art from all the issues, and then you can see issue 1 in color. If you scroll down a little farther, it'll show a page that's in black and white, and then the color version of it. You know what I mean? So,
I think we just need to bring up the page.
oh, you want to do? Okay.
Since we're here, right? I was trying to slowly work towards it, but now
I
we're
know.
here. Now we're here.
People are like, just show us the thing.
Yeah, show us now. Well, okay, calm down. It's right here. All right, let's start. I think we should start with the trailer. What do you think?
Yes, let's do that. I have fun with these. It's
Cool.
a short one this time. Sometimes I go a little nuts, but this one I kept short.
All right. If there's no sound, let me know.
Okay.
It should be good.
It's good.
Great.
Get sucked in, man. That's the whole
Yes, okay.
point, right?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about your campaigns, right? It's not just a comic. It's complete
Yeah.
experience. You have like movies. You have
Yep.
things going on around it.
Yes. Yes. We do riddles. We do short films. Some of our stretch goals are fan interactive stretch goals where you guys get to vote on naming a watermelon or a pumpkin and then picking out a weapon of destruction. I go destroy things on my live stream on Tuesdays. It's fun. I dress up as Pikachu. We just have a lot of fun together. So that's one of the key things about having the audience come back is always doing something different and having them be a part of the world. for the paper. Wink, wink.
Right. There's artists. Welcome.
Mm.
Welcome
Hello.
to the chat. All right, guys. This is I told you before. This concept is really cool. I really love this concept. It's really awesome that you're now. The people will be now able to get it, collect it, because that's the goal. That's the ultimate
Yeah.
goal. I think for every comic book creator to finally have that collected edition, right?
Yeah. And I mean, this is how we want you to read it. And I have that section in there like why a trade paperback. Because when I wrote this story back in 2018, it was a full-length movie when I wrote it. It's a movie script. And I broke it into 12 issues so that way we could produce it as a, episodal comic book, right? But the way that we want you to read it is all at once. You know what I mean? It was meant to be consumed as a one whole story. So we're doing that. So you'll get the issues. We'll do the trade paperbacks. When we finish all 12 of the first arc, that'll be its own volume as well. So
Okay, right.
yeah,
Sure. So this is part
this is the first part
biggest
of the
story.
movie. Right, because movies are like act 1, act 2, and act
Yeah.
3, right?
Mhm.
So this is act 1 of this movie, and then after the trade is done, we're gonna start with issue 5, which is, of course, moving us into the next act of the movie, which is, of course,
Mhm.
when things go wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
So, if
things
things
go
haven't
wrong.
if you don't consider what's happening in the story to have gone wrong already,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
right? I mean, we blow a lot of
Crazy
stuff
right
up.
now, but it can get worse.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets way worse.
Devil Air says, "I backed it, and so should
Thank
you."
you.
That's true, but he backed it a little while ago. When you back during the stream, guys, let us know. Let us know within the chat so we can have a little celebration. Right now, you have 58 backers, which
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
And the link to this campaign, guys, is pinned in the chat. It's in the description of the video. Check it out. Share it with others. And Devil's Air asks, how much is that gonna cost? This one cost
Yeah.
me 25 euros. So full 12
I don't know
volume.
yet, Devil's we'll get there when we get there. But I mean the ship should be around the same. It's just the print count, the page count goes up. So
Sure.
and I
Yeah.
want to do those in hardcover, of course. So
Mhm.
these ones that we're producing are the soft cover, the glue bound, perfect bound books. I could
Right.
always do some custom made hardcover myself, but
Mhm.
for right now, this is this beautiful cover by Marco DeFio. We spent a lot of time talking about the design of this cover because, of course, we know there's going to be a trade paperback for 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's going to be a trade paperback for 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want them to look like a set.
This beautiful cover, really.
Thank you. But
I
it's
love
like
the
Jude
detail
St. Clair.
with the lifeline here.
Yes,
You see the
becoming
light?
the path that he walks.
Yes, really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. And then you have the bear in
And of
the
course, the bear. So this is all like the iconic symbols of, Path of the Pale Rider 1 through 4. But the cool thing is with its design, we can change out the person, we can alter the disc. So what I'm thinking for the next one is a different character walking a path, but it's a red path from a dead disc. You know what I mean? Because it flatlines and there's a red line when the person is undead, and then we can change out the beastie and the words Path of the Pale Rider. So there's the excuse me, Devil's Air GIF. He's like, it's not a GIF, it's a GIF. I'm like, all right.
GIF.
So you
Yeah.
can see here what it looks like in color. Matt Chambers is our colorist we brought in with issue number 3, and he actually went back and did the colors for issue number 1. So, and then of course that the bubbles are the more rectangular bubbles with the curved corners. That's my style. So you'll
Mhm.
see those as well throughout the
Right.
comic.
Great.
Yeah.
I think perhaps there are people watching right now who never heard of this title before, right?
Oh, really? Yeah.
So
Let's
can you summarize
Yes.
the concept for this book?
Yes. So in Path of the Pale Rider, your body can die, but your soul doesn't leave your body upon death.
I love it.
Right? So you're still you. You are not trying to eat people. You're not craving brains, but you start to lose your humanity. You lose your memories. You become violent. You become detached. And it's people, animals, insects, fish. Nothing dies correctly anymore. When we start the story, things have devolved back to the Wild West, and we're following this cowboy who has a journal full of conspiracy theories, and he's trying to figure out what broke death. Why do the dead no longer die? Right.
Mhm.
And so issues 1 and 2, you get to see that kind of apocalyptic Western look. Jude has been looking for a guy. He finds the guy, but nobody believes what he has to say because he's the town drunk. And then before you get the answer of what this guy knows, I drop you into a flashback. So issues 3 and 4 were in the past. We drop you into the day that death went missing. And Jude is a young man. He's an EMT. And he's on the front line. They try to save a guy who got smashed by like a semi truck. He codes on the way to the hospital, and but he sits up. It's like that iconic zombie trope where they put the sheet over the body and they're talking to each other, not even paying attention, and then the body sits up. It's that. So this one, yeah, if you can look. But you get a feel for like how people are, how quickly things fall apart with society, because
Yes.
food is affected, crops are affected, water's affected. The government has to step in and try to control this ever-growing population of just chaotic people. What do
Mhm.
you do with these people? Where do they go? How do you treat them? You know, can they own
Yes.
property? Can they vote? Can they drive? All crazy stuff you got to ask yourself, you know?
Exactly. And you did ask yourself that, and
Uh-huh.
you found answers, right?
Yes, I think. Oh, look, it's Glenn Fleming. Hi, Glenn.
Glenn, he
Sorry.
says, Laurie.
Glenn follows my show on Tuesdays, and this is how he greets me on Tuesdays. So I'm like, Glenn.
Oh, welcome, Glenn. Welcome.
So I think I did a pretty accurate job of pointing a spotlight at the human race and saying how we would treat this population. But of course, I mean, there's no right answer. There's no right or wrong answer. It just depends
Mhm.
on your own personal situation. Like if your neighbor is undead and they ran over your dog with their car because they don't care, or they couldn't remember, or they just didn't look, maybe they can't see. Would you still want them there? What if the next time they run over your kids, right?
Yeah.
So, but then again, is the undead person your mom and she's in your house? And it just depends on the situation, and it's all personal. And I never say what is right or wrong, but I show a pretty divided humanity. And that's how I think we would be. Some
Yes.
people would be sympathizers and want the undead to retain their rights and have some freedom. And other
Mhm.
ones are like, get them out of here. I don't care where they go. Just get them out because they're dangerous. And
Exactly.
so kind of the natural progression of that is what you see in issue number 4. Of course, Jude loses a family member. So it's like from issue 3, watching the apocalypse from your TV,
Right.
and then issue 4 when the apocalypse comes home. So they had to deal with the situation with his mom, and it all comes to a head. And then of course, kind of pushes Jude out of the frying pan and into the fire of this really chaotic world. It's a powder keg at this point. It's about 5
Mhm.
years into the apocalypse at that point. And
Right.
what it looks
Yeah.
like.
Sure.
It's a
So
mess.
it's not really. Is it still a functioning? Do you still have a functioning government?
Yeah, I don't want to say because they were picking up with that in issue 5. You're going to
Oh,
see what
okay.
happens with the government in issue 5. But
Mhm.
some places at this point are probably not functioning. There's probably whole cities that have been destroyed or taken
Mhm.
over by the undead,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
they've taken over by the living and they kick all the undead out. Or there could be cities that are a haven for everybody. So there's a bunch of stuff. In fact, one of the bonus features that I have in this trade paperback is that there's a map of the apocalypse as Jude St. Clair sees it. So he has like a roadmap, and he's written over it like an annotated some of the things that he's seen in the course of the 5 years
Mhm.
of traveling around. You might
Right.
even get a clue about where he's going next.
Right.
So
So does this thing, whatever this is, did it happen globally, or does it need
global.
to travel from the United States to other continents?
It's global.
It's
That's all
global.
I'm gonna say.
Okay.
No
Oh,
spoilers.
let's go ahead.
Because at
Okay.
this point, people don't really know what has happened. There's still
Mhm.
a ton of conspiracy theories out there that Jude is researching. And this guy seems promising, but again, can you trust him? Because he's the town drunk. So there's a good view about what our black and white page looked like. And then, of course, remastered into color. It brings a lot,
Ah.
it
Okay,
fleshes it out.
Jens, here you see it. Here you see the difference.
Yes. And that black and white issue is going to be a collector's item. I have a
Okay.
few more on order because I'm getting my issue 4 books hopefully Monday. And then I'm not ordering anymore. At this point, once the trade is done, there will only
Mhm.
be issue number 1 in color.
Yeah. Yes.
So that black and white is then collector's item. You're
I
a
like
town drunk. You're not
May
Dwayne Fink.
maybe. We don't know. We don't
Dwayne
really
Fink is
know.
awesome. You guys, you have I can't wait to show more of Dwayne. He's a
Yeah,
cool guy.
look at this. This is crazy art, man.
Yes.
Who did this?
So that's one of the perks you can get. We have a trade plus a pinup. So if you wanted something a little bit extra with your trade paperback, I'm going to be signing these as the character Lola and giving them a smooch with some lipstick. So you'll get that on top. And this was drawn by Gilbert Perez, drawn and colored by Gilbert Perez, who is such a talented artist. I met him at a Comic-Con, and he was a fan of what we were doing. He bought our
Mhm.
books, and then he contacted me afterwards. He was like, I would love to do something for Path. Can I do a variant cover? Well, we had just launched our Kickstarter for 4, which means my variants for 4 were all done. And I knew we were doing the trade paperback next. So I was like, I'm not going to have any variant covers for a little while because then,
Mhm.
we have to wait until we do number 5. I was like,
Sure.
but if you want to do like a pinup, something that I could put towards the trade paperback campaign, I would love to do that. And she's gorgeous. I was like, I couldn't believe the amount of detail that is drawn
The
in. And
art
like,
is
if you,
gorgeous. The art is gorgeous, yes, but she
yes.
is gorgeous, not really.
I think she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Oh,
if you look at her finger, it's like you can see the bone and like one is
yeah.
detached.
It's
And
really well drawn.
gosh, he has her on a body bag. And I was like,
Like,
that knife is a nice touch. Like, I didn't instruct him to draw any weapons in there. He just did
oh,
it. And I was just like, this is 100% Path of the Pale Rider. It's like it's supposed to be beautiful, but it's icky
yeah.
and borderline dangerous.
It's
That's where we
mesmerizing
are.
art. You keep looking at it, right?
Yeah, your eye just
Really
moves
detailed.
around to all the detail because she's so detailed.
Yes, really good, really good. So does the book contain like new material?
Of course, we have bonus material. Like I said, the map. There's
Oh yeah.
also
Uh-huh.
additional journal entries from Jude St. Clair's journal. So every issue starts with the entry from Jude. So is that picture and is Laurie in the future? Oh, good God. Can you
Some.
imagine?
Oh.
Be like, I need you to pose me like this in my casket when I die. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody would be surprised by that. I have these wonderful buttons. Oh, I was
Mhm.
talking about the bonus material. So
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
there's parts of the script. I put the script for issue 1 and issue 4 in there,
Oh,
but
cool.
not 2 and 3. But there's stuff that happens. Like you get to read the bear chase in issue 1, which I think is super exciting. And then there's something that happens at the end of number 4 that when you read the trade, it's like, what is going on here? So if you read the issue in the script, it might explain a little more. I had to take out names because I didn't want to name this person yet, but there's some really interesting situations that happen at the end pages of number 4. So I included that. There's all of the variant covers that we've had are included in the trade. And like I said, the journal and then the map of the apocalypse. So,
All right.
yep.
Wow. The pale sauce. People
Yeah, I didn't do
can
it on issue
get
4.
all of this through this campaign, or is this free stuff, or can they add it on? What's
They have levels that they can back the buttons. So if you just want the buttons, there's the
Oh.
trade paperback plus the buttons. Buttons are $6.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Or you can add the buttons on as an add-on. I gave you both options. So there's that. These are the plushies. Now I only have 10 of these. I put them on 2 different pledges. Look,
Uh,
he's so cute.
yeah, so
People were
cute.
fighting over him too. He's
Adorable.
about 11 inches tall.
Mhm.
There was 5 on one and then 5 on the other level. So that you can get like the trade paperback and just this. Or I have like a kitchen sink level that comes with like one of everything. And I think there's 3 of those left. But
Fantastic.
there's one of these left just singly. So if anybody wants the super cute plushie,
Oh, wait.
go grab
There it
it.
is. Wait, no, one sec.
Oh,
Shoot again? Oh, look
there.
at that. That's cute.
My kids
Cool.
are fighting over these. So please get them so I don't have to listen to them fight. Thank you. That is all.
Excellent. Excellent.
We did the barbecue sauce. It's a barbecue ghost pepper hot sauce.
Mm.
So it has good flavor. It's not just hot. If you're a hot sauce fan, I would say it's medium.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're not used to hot sauce, it's hot. Okay, because it's ghost pepper. But we
So what-
did this with
so-
issue number 3.
Yeah.
And then the people that got the hot sauce have run out at this point. So they're all
Oh, really?
like, "Can we do another hot sauce, dear?" I ran out.
So,
So here it is.
so where do you get the sauce?
I make it myself.
This your own recipe?
My recipe, yes. Well, I got the
Wow.
recipe from a friend of mine, but I'm the one putting it together, yes.
Okay.
I added
Wow.
more ghost peppers than he did.
Yeah. A touch more.
I added a couple more, yeah. It's hot.
Some hoodies.
Mhm.
Nice. It's always nice.
This came out so nice.
Uh-huh.
It's been chilly the last few days, not today, but
Yeah.
I've been wearing this. It's such a nice thick material. It's really comfy. So I
Yeah.
have a t-shirt and a hoodie, both with the same design. They're both a yellow color. It just depends if you want the t-shirt or the hoodie. They're
Sure.
2 different levels.
Right.
This is super cool. So in issue number 1, Jude St. Clair is on this cliffside road and he's trying to get to this town of Santa Claus, and he stops and he picks up this glass. Now, pick up is kind of a lame description of what actually happens. He like yanks it out of a zombie hand and it goes flying into the air, and he like dives to catch it because it's important to him. And so he looks at it and it's the map of Las Vegas on this glass tumbler. And I found this picture for reference from Marco, but then I went looking and I can actually purchase these. So here they are. You can get the glass from the comic.
Oh, great. That
So
is
I have
cool.
Tears with this, but I also have this one as an add-on as well. So
All right. All right. You can get. You know, this is what I mean. It's a complete thing. It's
Mhm.
it's so meta and stuff like that. We have this question or comment.
Yeah.
Jens says, "What happens if even insects don't die? They will swarm the world like crazy."
This
In the
is a
end.
great question because this is so every day during campaign, I've been going on and asking these grim questions like,
Mhm.
what would you eat a hamburger if the meat still moved? And one of them was, how do you deal with undead insects? Do you burn them? Do you eat them? Or do you collect them and unleash them on your enemies? The problem
Mhm.
with the insects is now, even when they're undead, they're too stupid to stop eating. So now they're eating all of our crops.
All right.
So how do you do? And it's like, it seems like burning them would be a good idea because then they would just like, be ash and gone. But until they burn up, they're still mobile. So you've just created this tornado of fire that can burn down a farm, or you know what I
Jeez.
mean? Like it's a major problem and it causes issues in this
Right.
world.
So
100%.
basically, there's this life essence, and no matter how small you make it or how often you cut things up, there's always this essence in there.
Yes. Yes.
So it keeps on
So
moving.
burgers will still move. Your chicken nuggets will still move. Once the muscle is gone, they don't necessarily move, but they're still stuck. So you could be stuck in your bones, which is a terrifying thought. And who knows? I can't answer too many questions about that
Mm.
because we need to get further into the story. You're going to see some crazy things, but yes, that is a concern. It's like, what happens if you cremate a body? Are they still there? The answer is yes, they are. and things can happen.
But when you burn up the brain, right?
Yeah.
Can they still think? Can they still are they still
Not
conscious?
necessarily,
Mm.
but if the soul doesn't leave, where does it go?
Oh, okay.
Right? So
All
we'll
right.
get there. We will get there. I answer all the questions. I promise you. You just got to get sucked into the story,
Right.
and every issue you learn a little
Yeah.
more, you experience a little more. But these are obviously major concerns of this world.
Yes. Yes. You have to become very philosophical when you write
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
And I went there. So if like I've talked about all sorts of topics that this world can create, the ethical questions.
Uh,
So
fantastic.
we unlocked a poker card. So every campaign, every 50 backers, we unlock a new poker card. We are working our way towards a 52 card deck. I came up with this idea like in issue number 3. I was like right before we broke 100. So we unlocked one card with campaign number 3. I think we ended up with like 118 backers on that one. And then last campaign, we had 140 backers. So we were so close to unlocking 3, but we unlocked 2. So we've unlocked 3 previous cards. This is the 4th card in the deck that I released. It's, of course, this is Dwayne Fink, the lovable drunk who knows about
Yeah.
the apocalypse. And he is our first Joker. So
Nice.
we'll continue to flip cards. That's the back of the card.
Oh, yeah.
So when we get to 100 backers, I'll flip this one. I've always said that at least the first card that we flip will be a face card. After that, we still have to build the number cards. You know, I don't want to get to a campaign where it's like, oh, we have our 2s and 3s left, you know?
Uh-huh.
So we're going to continue flipping, number
These
cards.
old cards that still needs to be flipped. You always have
Yeah.
something going on your campaigns.
Yeah, I
We can
always
keep
do.
talking for hours.
Yeah, I know. So that's the backer goal one is the poker cards. The financial, like the dollar amount one, we unlocked 2 so far. So 2,500 unlocked a PDF bundle. Every time we unlock another, I think I have 4 bundles total. So every time we unlock another one, then we unlock another PDF bundle. So far we have the Any One World bundle. There's 5 comics there. And at 3,000, we unlocked the Charter Comics bundle. And we also unlocked the 3D printed wood disc keychain. So these I 3D print myself, and they have some really nice black hardware. But it's that little heartbeat monitor that everybody wears is a wooden keychain, which is neat.
That's awesome.
I
That's
probably got
beautiful.
to print some more of those at this point.
Wow. A lot going
And then
on.
the next one that we unlock is the Slice and Dice event. So again, people can vote on the weapon of destruction and the name of the ill-fated fruit. I think we're going to kill a pineapple this time. And I'm really itching to like light it on fire first and then destroy it. So some shenanigans are coming.
Wait,
right?
what? So when you reach this amount, you're going to film yourself like destroying fruit?
I do it on a live stream. So I give people a chance to, we do 2 polls. So you have to name the fruit or vegetable, and then you have to pick a weapon. And I'll put a list, but I'll let people add in their own suggestions. And if I can do it and it wins, then I will. If someone put like, beat it with a traffic light. And I was like, I don't have access to a traffic light, guys. But someone was like a soup can in a sock. And I was like, I can do that. So I did. But like the watermelon, the fans named it King Joffrey Baratheon because nobody likes that guy.
I love it.
So I mean, we just have
So
fun
good.
with it, and you get to see me dress up as Pikachu and smash pumpkins in my backyard. It's fun.
It's fantastic.
I have
Absolutely fantastic.
temporary tattoos planned. I have the free samples of the hot sauce planned. I have little packets made so I can send everybody a free sample. They can try it out if we get to here.
Nice, yes.
And I have like enamel pens. I also have a sticker I'm working on too. So all sorts of stuff. And then of course here is our riddles. So on the back cover of all the floppies is a riddle. If you solve these riddles, you interact with the world like it's real. So this one you're looking at that's written in ASL. There's characters in my story that communicate via ASL. Jude St. Clair is a CODA. CODA stands for Child of Deaf Adult. So I felt like we needed to do one in sign language. It was really cool. So if you solve this, something shows up in your mailbox from a character.
Oh. Ooh.
Character is sending you something to communicate with you, full of innuendo and about the story, about where it's going, riddles, secrets,
Okay,
Easter eggs.
so that's the goal to figure things out when you play
Yeah,
along
if
with
you can
this,
figure
right?
it out, then you
Mhm.
win.
What do you win?
I don't know. You win the game.
You win the game.
I should come up with something like, if you actually figure it out,
Yeah.
I'll send you
Wow.
this. I don't know, full set of books, metal cover.
That's
That
so it
sounds
hasn't
good.
happened yet that someone figured things out?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But it is possible. So all the clues are basically there.
Well, I don't think we've gotten far enough into the story.
Okay. Yeah,
I
because
think when we get to issue 5,
uh-huh.
when Jude is back in the jail cell with Dwayne Fink and they have a conversation, then I think people can start to see where the story is heading. But from
Okay.
issue 1 through 4, there's really not any indication of what broke Death. You just have to guess.
That's
This one
really
is fun, Dave. It's a QR code scavenger hunt. One of
Uh-huh.
these will take you to something that I put together. It's a secret video on YouTube. If you find the right QR code, it's almost like you stumble across a video from that hacker group Anonymous.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
in my world, there's the Undead Underground, which is a
Mhm.
movement to kind of help people escape from these living communities that are not friendly to them anymore, because they could do some really terrible stuff. They could dismember you. They could, you know what I mean, light you on fire, hang you from a tree. It's really bad, right?
Yeah.
So the Undead Underground will teach you things, either how to pass as human for longer, or like tell you which towns have safe houses, or like what is the path for you to get to a community where you can continue to exist without fear, you know?
Mhm.
So this group has a video somewhere on this is a video from them, but the rest of them it's just fun stuff. Like I have a Rick roll, I have the Swedish chef making hot sauce, there's Train to Busan, Tombstone. I think there's He-Man singing Four Non-Blondes. I mean, like it's like a walk through my brain. Things that have either inspired Path of the Pale Rider or they're funny. It's a fun time. So it's meant to be enjoyable. You don't have to
Okay.
think.
Okay. And guys, you can all play along. You can check this
Yeah.
out. It's on the campaign, and the links are in the chat, and it's in the description of this video.
Mm-hmm.
So just play along, guys.
This is the new one. This is a riddle.
Pick me up.
And
But
it's interesting to me to watch, Dave, because sometimes people will be like, I know exactly what to do, and they solve it immediately. Or other people look at it for a while like, no, nothing's coming. But if you read it a couple times, pick me up to call, but hope it's not for you. You are just a number. 14, 21, 13, 25, 18. And then there's letters. So if you can figure it out, you get to interact with the world like it's real. Just say that.
All right, guys, go figure it out. If you figure it out right now, let us know.
Oh my gosh. If you figure it out right now, please tell me, because I'm always interested when people solve the riddles and they actually do it, what, their impression is. I had quite a few people solve this one on the first day I released it, and they were like, that's super cool.
Really?
So
I'm not smart enough. I'm
you
not
could
seeing
do
it
it.
right away. I'm not seeing it right away. I need some time.
Here's
Right.
some
Then
of
you have
the
some links
fan
to
interactive short films. So usually every issue we have one. And these
interactive.
are like they're meta, Dave. It's like the first one is a commercial for the undead retirement community, but like interspersed with the commercial is riots. So it's like what society wants you to think it's reality versus what is actually happening on the street level. You know what I mean? This one's probably the shortest one.
When it comes to an inspired and privileged retirement, Pine Fox is where you want to be. Quality of life, peace of mind, harmony, it's all here. The setting is beautiful and peaceful. The atmosphere is lively and enriching. The amenities have something for everyone and every interest. At Pine Fox, your health and well-being is a top priority. Our community is growing and just waiting for you to join us. If making the most of your AD years matters to you,
Oh,
Yep.
the choice is clear. Pine Fox.
Katie, time to come in.
Okay, Mom.
Cute.
For more information, call 216-555-3323 or visit pinefox.com.
I recognize
today.
that number.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more. I have another number.
He came back. Okay, you can stop it. It's just a credit. So a couple funny things, of course. Pine Fox, we named for the retirement community. Of course, in the westerns, they always bury you in a pine box.
Oh,
Right.
all right.
And it's
Okay.
just, stuff like that. Like the retirement community, you watch the whole commercial and you don't realize they're talking about for the undead until you see the little girl at the end missing teeth and with the big old scar. You know what I mean? But you never see their faces, stuff like that. So, but we got all sorts of short films, and it's what I love about them is that the fans can be in them. So I interviewed fans about what their theory is about what broke death. They got to send in still photos of themselves as dead bodies, or send in selfies that I zombified. I zombified about 40 people for my last short film. So all that good stuff. Yeah, no AI, no fat bears.
That's
Sorry.
cool. That's cool. Devil's Air says this is just expectation versus reality from California.
That's funny. That's basically what it is. It's that, expectation that everything is white picket fences and everything is fine, even though,
Right.
if you're really in the world, things are burning down and people are unhappy.
Yeah, this disclaimer is kind of sad that we need to do this nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Because some people are really adamant against it, right? So
Yeah.
cool, very cool campaign, very cool
Can you
experience.
scroll down to one section? There's a section that's called A Note to Canadian and International Backers. Because I know that there's a lot of people watching that are international. And I have not offered international shipping in the past. There is a way to get a physical copy of this book for international and Canadian backers. Not from ink. It's the one where it has the, oh, now you're all the way at stop. If you're making everybody sick.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
There you go. Stop.
Stop.
Go up.
Up.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
there you go. Yes.
Okay, so ASAP Imagination is publishing this. They're printing them in the UK. So you, as an international backer, instead of picking a pledge level like the PDF, you also have an option to get the physical copy by clicking that green link that says the Laurie Calcaterra collection. It'll take you to ASAP Imagination's website, and you can pre-order the physical book.
Okay.
And they will ship it to you internationally. They also have a branch in Canada. Now, I can, if people are interested in the merch, I can ship it to Canada. I have in the past. But what I need to know is exactly what you want so I can weigh it, because I don't want to charge you too much and I don't want to charge too little, because, of course, shipping to Canada is usually $25 from Texas.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it might be a little cheaper for you to get the physical copy of the book through ASAP Imagination because they have a branch in Canada. So they're shipping from Canada to Canada. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
that's good to know.
And that's how Devil's Air got his 2 copies for himself and for his dad, is using that link.
Right. That's fantastic.
But if you just want the PDF, I have that as well. If you want any of the merch, if you're in Canada, I can ship to Canada. Like I said, you just have to tell me what you want. I will make a pledge level with your name on it as a 1 of 1, and then
Wow.
you just go grab that one, and then it's gone. So
Wow.
I've done that in the past as well.
That's great. Plus, you
Mhm.
have a digital tier for people who
Mhm.
want to support you, want to read the book, right, without
Yes.
all the hassle.
Yeah, and it's
It can be
done. So as soon as the
yes,
campaign ends, I can fulfill all of these. It's
fantastic,
already done.
fantastic. So we
Mhm.
started with 58. We now have 58. Guys, um, guys, share out this campaign. Talk about this campaign. Put it on your social media. Talk about it. This is a very cool concept, very cool book, and it's now collected. So what else do you want? This is phenomenal, phenomenal work. Uh, well done, Laurie.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, and I mean it's funded, so everybody's guaranteed their books at this point, and we're
Yeah.
just having fun. I'd like to unlock more stretch goals as we go. Obviously, the slice
Right.
and dice is always fun for everybody, and I've never done temporary tattoos before, so I'm looking forward to doing that.
Right.
Just unlock
There is
more PDF indie PDFs, and
cool.
it's all good stuff.
Was one last question that I wanted to ask you about the title, because Path of the Pale Rider is
Yes.
kind of, you don't really know what you're going to get, right? For instance, when you have The Walking Dead, that's immediately clear. All right, that's my jam. The Path of the Pale Rider is something you need to explain to people, right? What's the issue
Maybe.
behind?
I
Maybe.
don't know if people are familiar. It's biblical. So in the
Oh,
apocalypse, there's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, right? People are pretty familiar with that. The
shit.
last horseman is called the Pale Rider. It's the book of
Ah,
Revelation actually says
okay.
the last horseman is rides in on a pale horse, and he who sits upon the pale horse is death. So if you know that, I guess it's like
Right.
path of the
Okay.
pale rider is the path of death, and death is missing. So, I mean, you really could read into it a couple ways, like, of course, Jude St. Clair's path
Hmm.
as he's searching for death, but also, like, where the heck
He's a
did
cowboy.
yeah, right, and,
Yeah.
of course, there's a movie called Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood that's a Western, and, we love Clint Eastwood and, of course, the Path of the
Right.
Pale Rider camp. So there's a lot of, connotation along that line. So if it's apocalypse
Okay.
theme or Western theme, we
All right.
kinda check off all those boxes.
Okay. Thanks for that. I get it
Yeah,
now. I get it now.
see?
And as always, last minute, Corey Barton comes in to
Hi,
declare.
Corey.
Corey always comes in to declare
He's
the
like,
end
"We're wrapping it up now."
of the stream. Welcome, Corey. Uh, all right, Laurie.
Yeah, thanks for
If
having
people
me on
want
the
to
show.
follow you, where can they find you?
Oh, I'm everywhere. Um,
Everywhere.
the best thing to do is to join our Facebook group called Path of the Pale Rider. You have to answer one question to get in. That's how I keep the scammers out.
Sure.
But that's where I'll like they get the first updates. We do the polls, the shenanigans, and a lot of it's there. But I'm on Instagram. I'm at Laurie Calcaterra. I'm on TikTok. I'm at Path of the Pale Rider with an underscore between all the words, and I have regrets because it's too long. On Twitter, I'm at Path Pale Rider. I'm on Threads at Laurie Calcaterra.
Wow.
I'm on YouTube at Laurie Calcaterra
Everywhere.
360. I have a podcast on Tuesdays that I host called the Tuesday Morning Brew, where I get to interview other indie creators. And I have a podcast on Wednesday called the Anyone World Showcase. I'm literally everywhere.
Wow. Busy. You're very busy. Jens says the concept can have many good and bad ways. I'm glad you've thought a lot about it. Yes, she has.
Come
Yes, Jens.
along
Very
for the
cool.
ride, Jens. If you're already starting to think about stuff like the insects of this world, you ain't seen nothing yet. We're
No, no,
gonna
no.
we're gonna explore the undead west, and you're gonna have a blast.
It's very cool. Very cool. Laurie, thank you so much for being my guest
Yes.
today and showing us your campaign.
Thank
Um,
you for having me on, and thank you to everybody in the chat for hanging out. Devil's Air, one of my favorites, of course. Hello.
and good luck with it, right? So,
Thank you.
and a special thanks to the chat, to everyone who showed up today to listen to us, to check out the campaign. Thank you so much, because without you, there's no point. So, if you like this conversation, give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike, and I'm very sorry. I
I will
will be-
take it personally. So don't.
Really? No,
No,
no.
no. It's
But
good, Dave. Really?
I will be back next week with the same show, same time,
You
different guest, right?
Yeah.
Hope to see you guys back then. So have a fantastic week. Bye bye, guys.